What's going on YouTube? My name's Gene, and I will be showing you 3 lower body pulling exercises to help with your hamstrings, your quads, and your glutes. So first off, we're going to start with the deadlift, and I have this nice little trusty mop. Now the thing with the deadlift is, it's almost like you're sitting in a chair, and then what you're going to want to do is have your hands and your arms slightly on the outside of your knees, but with this, you're going to want to bend more. So you'll have it like this. And you're gonna want your back straight but arched, kind of in a, not arched, but angled in an incline. So with your bar, you're gonna want it slightly past, like towards your shins, to where you can see your toes. Now the thing about seeing your toes is so you know you're getting in the squat position. You'll feel it in your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings. Now, while having this apart like this, when you have your arms on the outside of your knees, you can fully extend. Now, when you go down like this, you're gonna wanna push up, explode, but you wanna exhale when you're exploding up. So this way, you can get your maximum power. Now, when you're all the way at the top, you wanna almost thrust forward. This way your glutes, they engage. So when you're up, it's boom, you're popping out. That way, you'll get the full exercise. Now with your upper body, you don't want to be hunched over like this way, because that is a lower back exercise, and you don't want to do that, because you can end up pulling something. So when you're going up, seated position, so sideways, seated position, and boom, you're exploding up. You want to explode up. Now when you're hunched over, your shoulders are going to end up doing it. You don't want that. So you want to end up locking. You almost want to like shrug it up to start, because if you're relaxed like this, it's more of a shoulder exercise. But if you're shrugged up, chest tight, boom, you'll feel it in your quads. So here's a couple. I'll stay forward. And that is just a regular deadlift. Oh, next up is the Romanian deadlift. Now the Romanian deadlift and the regular deadlift are pretty much the same thing. Romanian deadlifts are also called RDLs. So it's almost the same approach, except for when you're squatting, your shoulders are over a little bit more, and it's less of a bend, but you still want a slight bend. Because if it's like this, again, you're not working anything. Slight bend, this is a primary hamstring exercise. Again, you want to lock your shoulders up, almost your scapula. You want to try to close it in together. So that way, when you go up, it's boom. Slight bend. Again, you want to keep your back. It's not as much of an incline, it's a little bit lower incline. Boom. Again, you want to squeeze your glutes forward like a pelvic thrust. And you want the bar slightly behind your toes. You want to always see your toes. So it's not as much of a bend. If you push your butt out and let your hips do everything, you'll feel it solely in your hamstrings. On your way down, you want to go until you can feel they're fully stretched. You don't want to go too far, because then you're overstretching. It's almost like without the bar, you just let your arms hang. Except for you add a little bit more of a bend, and you tighten your shoulders. That's it. Last exercise, and I got this bootlegged right now, is the glute bridge. Now with the glute bridge, I'll aim it sideways for y'all. The glute bridge, what you're gonna wanna do, a common mistake for a lot of people, what they do is they'll have their heels way too close back or way too far ahead. So what you're gonna wanna do is, you're gonna wanna have your fingertips graze the back of your heels, so you know you're doing it right. Now, your arms and hands, you can do whatever, as long as it's on the ground. So as long as they're on the ground, you can do that. Now, when you're up, you wanna extend. You want your lower back to, when you're down here, you want your lower back to always be on the ground. Tighten your core, exhale. And that's just a couple of the exercises that'll help with your quads, your hamstrings, and your groin. Not your groin, quads, hamstrings, glutes. Sorry. And then if you want to make them a little bit more difficult, you could always do more weight, possibly more sets. You can slow down on the exercises. If you want to focus more on making it easier so you're used to it, you could not go as far on any of the exercises. You could almost loosen up a little bit. So hopefully you all enjoy. Hopefully it helped y'all out a little bit. And I'm out.